Okay, we're going to go over the 2.4 quiz. So this is multiplying and dividing with fractions and decimals and some negatives. First, I'm just going to go through and put whether the answer should be positive or negative. So number 1, the signs are different. That's going to be a negative. Number 2, signs are different. That's going to be a negative. 3, signs are the same. So we're going to get a positive answer. 4, it's going to be negative. 5 is going to be positive. And 6 is going to be a negative. All right. So now let's go back and work them out. I covered up the choices just so I had room to work, and I'll show you the work and then we'll pick the correct answer. Okay, in number 1, if I write it a little bigger, I'm going to ignore the signs now just because I know my final answer is going to be a negative, and I'm going to look for things that cross cancel. Well, in this one I can cross cancel the 2 and the 4. So 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice, and then multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and I get that. And we said it should be negative, so negative 3/10. Oh. That would be A. Okay, number 2. Again, I'm going to ignore the negative for now. I know my final answer is going to be negative, but I'm just going to look for things that cross cancel. So I notice that 7 can go into 21 and 14. So if I cross cancel those, 7 goes into 14 twice, 7 goes into 21 3 times, and I can also cross cancel the 3 and the 12. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 12 4 times, and now if I multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and we said our answer should be negative. So that would be B. Okay, number 3. Now I'm multiplying decimals. So I'm going to say 1.2 times 0.32. Again, when I multiply decimals, it doesn't matter where my decimal points are. What matters is that everything's lined up along this edge. Okay, so then I do 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Placeholder. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3, and then I add those up. So I'm kind of running out of room, but I'm going to get 4, 8, and 3. And then I need to move my decimal point, or put my decimal point in. So 1, 2, 3, a total of 3 places. 1, 2, 3, it gets way over there. So I have 0.384, and we said it was positive. 0.384 positive would be C. Okay, moving it up, let's look at number 4. I'll zoom in just a little bit for you. Here I am dividing with mixed numbers. So I'm going to turn this into an improper fraction and write it down. That would be, 14/5 divided by, and the second one as an improper fraction would be 7/2. And when we divide fractions, we keep the first number the same, change it to multiplication, and then this guy gets flipped over. Keep, change, flip. So 2/7. Now I'm looking for things that would cross cancel. 7 goes into 14 twice, and 7 goes into 7 once. Multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. And if you see, we said the final answer was going to be negative. So negative 4/5 is D. All right, now I'm dividing by dividing decimals. So this is going to be 0.801 divided by 0.09. When I set this up, I want to get my decimal moved over, so this is a whole number, so I'm moving it over 2 places, which means I have to move this over 2 places and put it up in my answer. So now I'm asking how many times does 9 go into 80? Well, it goes in 8 times, right? 8 times 9 is 72. Subtract to get your remainder. Bring down the 1. And how many times does 9 go into 81? 9 times, which is 81 with no remainder, so I'm done. And we said our final answer was positive, 8.9. Dividing again with fractions. So let's turn this into an improper fraction. That would be 8/5 divided by, and if I want to write this as a fraction, that would be 8/1. So now my keep, change, flip. Keep the first number the same, change it to multiplication, flip the second one over, and you can see that the 8's will cross cancel, and I get 1/5. And we said our answer, final answer, was going to be negative. So A. Okay, I'm ready to go over number 7. How many 3/4 pound burgers can be made with 12 pounds? Well, this is a division problem. I want to know how many times 3/4 fits into 12. So I'm going to be, it looks like my answers are whole number, so it wouldn't matter if you do it as fractions or decimals. Let's just do fractions. So my 12 pounds, I could write as 12/1, and I'm dividing it by 3/4 to see how many times 3/4 fits in. So keep, change, flip, cross cancel, right? Divide by 3, and you get 16. Number 8. During a drought, the river's height goes down. It decreases 2/5 of an inch every day. What's the change over 5 days? Well, now it's changing, so negative, it's going down 2/5 every day times 5 days. So negative 2/5 times 5, or times 5/1. Cross cancel, -2. Number 9 is kind of like number 7. How many times does 0.45 or 45 hundredths, how many 45 hundredths ounce packages can I get out of 3.15 ounces? Well, 3.15 ounces divided by 0.45. Got to move my decimal over 2 places to get a whole number. Move it over 2 places here. And how many times does 45 go into 315? Well, I'm not sure, but let's try 7. Right, if I try 7, I'm going to come over here and do 45 times 7. And I get 5, 3, 28, 29, 30, 31. There we go. Perfect. No remainder. 7 times. So that's A. All right, and then the last one. $3.25. It goes down or negative. It decreases $3.25 for 7 days. Well, it's happening 7 times, so multiply by 7. So this would be 3.25 times 7. Just do your math. 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 22. And I got to move my decimal point over 2. It goes down 22.75. All right. And here's your grading scale right there. All right. See you later.